Alrighty, hello. Hold on. Alright, get rid of that. Sorry, just still setting up. Just in the pre-phase. Just get the link. So just give me a sec. You're gonna hear a bit of double up. Right, it's a test. Okay, levels seem to be good. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about the Godzilla stuff. That comes up automatically. I'm not sure how to... Well, I do know how to change it, but I'm sort of being lazy. Alrighty. So I'm just gonna... Yeah, don't worry about the... So this sticker here is basically a blocking... Oops, sorry, I thought... Okay, sorry. I've got a new CPAP machine, and it's the plastic smell is getting to me, which is why I'm up and trying to stay awake for the moment. It's currently just on in the other room, trying to blow out the nasal. Like trying to get the plastic smell out. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to use this, because every now and then I'm going to take this off. Every time I go to change the page, I'm going to actually... Like, I'd love to just do this for every page. But some of them have names and such, because this was a diary that was used. and I don't want to dox people as such. But I can use the first page here. So old school, classic strawberry milk logo. News Team 5DN. Octan. That's from Lego. I'm not sure what these little stickers here are. Bin. I didn't think I was going to have to use my my magnifying glass, but I might need to use my magnifying glass. Should be just here. Oh, I just got batteries. Not batteries, I got a new globe for it. So yeah, it lights up. If I need it to. Actually, hold on. I'm remembering now, I've got to turn this light on. Okay, there we go. Now there won't be quite so much glare. Say that, well, it's very glary. Because it's glary because it's this is at the exact angle of the light that's over here. If I move that behind me, it might be better. Yeah. So what does that say? It says, birthday sticker. I had a feeling it said birthday Octane. So yeah, a bit of wrapping paper. And at the top you can see it says Uncle Toby's. So, yes. Oh god, old school. So I've got the Critters movie sticker. I am a good sport. Akai. So these were the stickers you stuck on old VCR tapes. VHS tapes that go in your VCR. Hungry Jacks. That's the old school Hungry Jacks logo. And then a whole bunch of Merry Christmas logo stickers. Actually, does it just say, what's it say? Merry Christmas sticker. That's on the nose. Does this say 1984 diary? So this is the diary from when I was born. I was born in 1984. So up in the corner there, it's hard to see. I wonder if this will help. Not really. So that's an A-Team sticker. I'm not sure what exactly it is. I love it when a plan comes together. Oh, I have terrible eyesight. Meet I'm not sure what that says. Another Akai sticker. So these are like, these stickers here are for the VHS tape. It's like the side stickers. Akai and all that, News Talk. And then there's a 1984 Transformers came out. I don't know if it came out in Australia in 1984 though, but it's the original animated movie. Some of these stickers are falling out. Old school Grimace. Ooh, I want it that way. And then what is it? Oh, more A-Team, I think. Looking good. Woman's Weekly sticker, tiny one there. And then again, yes, to my Apple. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of these numbers and stuff, they're from the Akai tapes as well. Critters sticker again. These aren't in any order, it seems. That's 1992 Rig of the Year. So I don't know if Truckin' Life is still around, but Truckin' Life Shell Alice Springs, 1992. And Joe for PM? I don't know. I'd have to look that up. I love wholemeal bread. Sticker in the corner there. I don't know what that's from. It seems to be... It's not covered up. Some stickers overlap each other. The Red Cross sticker. So it says Red Cross Appreciation Day. It's come loose, so I've got it there. Check out the original SA Grey. We used to have these on our trucks when my dad was a milkie. And they would be, you know. I love wholemeal bread. Win $5,000. See over for details. FPA Family Parks of Australia. Okay. There's an SA Police sticker there. Yeah, this is a real mixed bag. And here's so if you saw the post on Facebook, Kentucky Fried Chicken, there was a different image that I posted that will come up way later on. But there's two of these ones here. Get your choppers in a Whopper. Hungry Jacks. And the SA Police again. We got some Australian Army stickers here. Things like this we probably got from the Royal Adelaide Show or something like that. Book into the future. Special patient. No cavities. Mighty science. Mighty science. I think that was from the Investigator Science Centre. That was their logo for the Investigator, wasn't it? I can't remember. I hate that that's gone. It never got, you know, preserved. What's it say there? I think that's Cryal Castle. I think. It's a teeny tiny little sticker there. It's very hard to see what it says. I think it's Cryal Castle. We went to Cryal Castle in Victoria years and years ago. Wild About Reading. Much better. Oh, and sorry, there's Australian Air Force. There's different stickers. Sorry. Australian Defence Force, sorry. Defence Protecting Australia. I'm the big cheese of the 7 seas. Old school Cheetos. Is it Cheetah? What's his name? I can't remember now. Okay, here's one that I've got to cover up. I had a feeling it was coming up. So, I'm going to cover up. It's the old school Farmers Union logo. So my parents would have gone to a Farmers Union function. And it's got my mum's name on it. And I just... If this was only for Facebook, I wouldn't worry, but... yeah. Instant win prize claim procedure. BP Gold. BP Gold Petrol. Take your winning. Blah, 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 blah. Does it say the 7th of the 7th 07? Something like that. Yeah. There's a phone number at the top here I'm covering up as well. So like the one on the other page. So it says here, get the reading bug. No, get the brushing bug. And then I'm not sure on the other page what that is. Catch it, it says. Not totally sure what that is. Catch it. Might be a local. Might be something that someone got when they were on holiday or something. And there's another one that says catch it. So there's Disney stickers. I got, I'm guessing it says his name. Shere Khan. Oh, and Beast, obviously. I was trying to remember his name. I didn't know it. So there's Shere Khan and there's some Disney stickers. There's probably a sticker book you were supposed to put them in, but we just stuck them here. Wild About Reading. Jump Rope for Heart. I remember Jump Rope for Heart. You'd be out in when you're in primary school and there was just like kids everywhere all jump roping over and over again, and you had someone counting how many times you jumped. And okay. So this one fell out. Principals Award? Doesn't sound like something I would have gotten. But maybe. Fight Cancer, Childhood Cancer Association. Transformers, the snack attack food. 1985, Hasbro Incorporated. So that's when I was only 1, so I missed that. And then old school Burger Rings. Burger Rings. What does it say? Hold on. There's no way you can eat them on your own. Burger Rings. I've never heard that slogan before. Well, if I have, it was so long ago I've forgotten completely. But yeah, there's other stickers there like Fight Cancer and Kids Cancer. This thing is just blowing my mind. So there's weird stuff we did. So there's where the Care Bear stickers came out of, and then there are the Care Bear stickers. Something got covered over, but yes. Jeez, the Care Bears. Care Bears. Care Bear Stare. Is that right? I've fed a telecom book muncher. And there's that crocodile again. Did I show the crocodile? What's this? Child, Adolescent and Family Health Service. CAFS. CAFS for kids. Great helper. Remember the telecom book muncher adverts? At BP? Were they only at BP? I'm interested to know that now. Sweat Hog. Aussie born and bred. Don't know about that one. But there's classic chocolate. Classic chocolate milk. Still my favourite. Animal Welfare League of South Australia. Little teeny tiny sticker there. Nissan Motorsport. Gets stuck into stamps. So there was a lion. There was a crocodile on the other page. Is that a parrot? I don't even know. I don't know my birds very well, even when I think I know my birds. Formula One award-winning Homestead Homes, corporate sponsor. Australia Formula Grand Prix, Adelaide. cue all the comments. Oh, they never should have let it go. Oh, they should have. Oh. And I go, no, I get it. But yeah, I hate it. But need a snack? Grab a Wheat Bix pack. Wheat Bix and Colgate. I love how it's Wheat Bix and Colgate. Lionel's the Shot. Don't know about that. Dettol Friendly Dinosaurs. People think that the dinosaur craze started with Jurassic Park, and I'm sorry to bust people's bubble, but no, actually. Jurassic Park, if anything, just gave it a breath of life, but no, it started really coming back to 1984 with, and I don't know before that because I wasn't born, but Land Before Time. You know, how many, with all the sequels and such, there's another book bunch, there's that bird again. But yeah, so people would be thinking, well, this probably came out post 1993. No. There's every opportunity it came out before that. Oh, Birdie. McDonald's Birdie. And then that... What was it? Floyd was here in 1902. World Vision Famine Fighters. Spastic Centres of South Australia, 1950 to 2000. And then, what's this one? World Vision Famine Fighters. Famine Fighters Day, Friday, 12th of June. And the free call number was 008 331 337. So just 9 numbers. And then Melbourne callers 287-2211. It's back when phone numbers were only 7 numbers. Oop. I'm a good sport. 100% gnarly Killer Shake. So my dad was telling me about this. Apparently the reason that Killer Shake, part of why it failed, was one of the flavours, I can't remember which flavour it was, turned green when it went out of date. Yummer! SA's Great Smile. Proudly sponsored by Australia's Telecom. So much better. And look at that, the old school Telecom logo. Bolt. I remember that logo, the Bolt logo. I can't remember what it was for. There's Sharon Stone in Batman. Poster sticker number 12 of a series of 20. Collect all 20 stickers in the series, then place all 20 stickers on your free wall poster. See details on the book at some sticker cards. Of some sticker cards. Number 12, Shalina Kyle. 1992. Produced by Dynamic Marketing and Printing Proprietary Limited, Sydney, Australia, and then it has a phone number. So this was a sticker just for Australia. And then Matt Renshaw, I'm not sure who that is. Some dude. Probably looks like he could be some sort of sports personality. Walt Disney's Pinocchio. Mostly repeats on this page. Just all stuff. As I said, my dad worked for... So it used to be Dairy Vale and Farmers Union were on the same truck. One on one side of the truck and then one on the other side of the truck. And he'd rock up at a shop, because he was a one of the first wholesale milk vendors, and we'd deliver both. And then in the early 90s, there was, I think it was called deregulation, and then we had to pick one or the other. So we picked Farmers Union, and other people picked Dairy Vale, and these stickers might still be when we were, part of the regulation thing, but so I know that platypus from something. If someone can tell me what that platypus is from, that would be fantastic. And then there's Kentucky Fried Chicken, that's the other sticker, and then there's Pluto, and then there's Killer Shake. Does it have a year? No. Wacky Willie the Wave Warrior. He shreds. Drink it or die. Back when you could say stuff like that. I don't think that's a doxing message there, but I can't really read it. Killer Shake. Oh, I remember Killer Shake. Now this is kind of interesting. So there's these ones here, very hard to see. It's Wile E. Coyote on the left, and is that the basketball? Is that the basketball? Hold on. Yeah, okay. I think these are from... I think these are from... 99% sure it's Roadrunner with a basketball. And that would mean that it's from that Space Jam. Actil. Get your family together. Get your family together. Draw how everyone can get out safely. AFPA, CFS, and Metropolitan Fire Service, SA. I'm not sure what AFP is. AFPA. Oh, I'm sorry, I popped off. But yeah. Actil was wool, wasn't it? Something like that. I feel like Mum would go to the Actil factory and get wool or something. And there's Gadget from Disney. And then... The best way to extinguish an open fire is to pour water over the flames and smother the coals with soil or sand. Suburban... Oh, so that's Suburban Taxis. And their old number, I don't know what their number is now, but it's 211 888. Did it just become 8211 8888? Oh, there's Killer Shake again. Scarf it down. Australian Submarine Cockums Radio. Australian Submarine Corporation and Bolle sticker. Bolle with sunglasses, right? Put them on your face. Yeah, well, that would sound like sunglasses. Oh, man. I might split this up. Lollies rot your teeth a lot. Lollies rot your teeth a lot. It's trying to rhyme. It's not doing a very good job. Uncle Toby's Sly. Not sure what that is. There's Bolle again. Mars. Mars thanks a billion. That's an interesting one. There's a whole bunch of these stickers on another page. There's about 4 or 5 of them. But lollies rot your teeth a lot. There's Wheat Bix and Colgate. And that character from before. We're up to February. Oh no, Tweety's got a baseball bat. And it's Cadbury, by the way. I should have said before. You can sort of see it. I got a really angle. Let's see, Cadbury, and then it's Tweety with a baseball bat. I'm assuming these looked better years ago. And there's is it Flounder Sebastian? I can't remember what his name is. There's Beauty and the Beast and Winnie. Minnie Mouse. Guess who's got a secret? 101 Dalmatians. As a rule, water's cool. They're trying so hard. They're trying so hard. And yeah, so these ones down here, I might be able to use. It actually, I'm looking at the screen. I'm not sure what Taz is doing. Sylvester looks like he's just freaking out. Oh no, he's doing a hula hoop. Is Taz just running? I don't know. Oh yes, Crow's Milk. So when Crows won the final, or was it just thing? There was a Crow's Milk, and it was. We actually got some empty cartons of it somewhere, unless they got thrown out. I hope they didn't get thrown out. But yes, there was a Crow's Milk, Farmers Union Crow's Milk, and it had I think it was chocolate caramel. So sure. So there's some more stickers. So there's Mrs. Potts, Hook, Belle, Dumbo, Mickey Mouse, Kit, Cloudbreaker, and Gyro Gear Loose. So all these Disney stickers again. And then an Uncle Toby's Zelda. Okay. Doing something. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, it sucks that these two have stuck together a bit and ripped each other apart. Gadget, Minnie Mouse, something. Sorry, I'm just looking. Frente White. Not sure what this sticker is down here. Uncle Toby's. It says Frente or something. Anyway, there's Time Out. Oh my god. Yeah. Corner Regency Road and Days Road, Croydon Park, South Australia. Time Out. Man, remember Time Out? Oh my god. Telephone 3462644. Again, back before the numbers were 8-digit. Because there was Time Zone and Time Out. Was Time Out just one location? I was actually thinking of Time Zone when I saw it. So there's some Home and Away stickers. Tug, Roxanne. And then there's Hunters and Collectors in the corner there. So it seems there was a music thing. I'm going to have to look up Frente White? I'm not so sure. Oh. There's a whole bunch of Time Out stickers. Yellow and orange. The orange ones kind of look yellow on the pic in the light. But Tony Pearson. Uncle Toby's. Does it say? I don't know. Uncle Toby's Brachiosaurus, Look Up and Live. And the Tin Lids. And then we got TV and MJ Arthur. Proudly sponsored by TV and MJ Arthur Proprietary Limited. Oh, Constable Care. Never cross the road behind a bus. Police things. There's a bit of writing there. Something meeting, so I don't think it's doxing anyone. Bob Jane T-Mart. Co-op meeting. I'm assuming this was my mum's diary, so There's 2 pages. They're stuck together. Okay. Play safe sport. Tennis. Soccer. So they got this here. These were probably something handed out at schools, maybe? Play safe sport. Tennis. Soccer. It's got some rules or something there. Too small for my bad eyesight. Swimming and netball. Hold on. Foundation essay. Sports Medicine Australia. So yeah, that logo, I remember that logo from years ago. So, yeah, swimming and netball. I Love 7, the old school Channel 7 logo. God. Someone the other day was saying, oh, logos today are getting so simple. I'm like, well, they sort of were as well. And then there's athletics. And very good sticker. And then we got football with an Adelaide Crow. Yeah. I'm not even sure who that is. The face is familiar, but I can't remember. Rugby. Really? Rugby? Wait, is that actually... Is that a ram? I'm not sure. Because there was Adelaide had the Rams. I don't know. The colours just look like the SA colours, so... And then I'm a Balfour's kid. We've almost finished February. Now, there are whole pages that are without. If there wasn't, like, personal information, I'd love to keep it on screen the whole time, but... Clean Shed, Dairy Vale, something. So, anyway. I'm just checking that the words aren't doxing anybody. Old school Simpsons. I don't even remember this character's name. Oh, Rice Bubbles. Kellogg's Rice Bubbles. The Simpsons 8. I should have been famous. Chamber of Commerce and Industry South Australia member. So. My eyes are getting a bit sore in the combination of low light and trying to read small things. Kirby. Western Region Recyclers. You own it, why not use it? Kirby urges you to curbside recycle. I think... Ah, here we go. My other card is a Gogomobile. G-O-G-G-O. Okay, time for a little bit of story time. So, when I was in primary school, and this had... Whoa! The next page has got a... it's not really a doxing, but it is a bit of personal stuff. But, yeah, they had the Gogomobile ad. So, if you don't remember, there was Not Happy Jan, which I don't think there'll be anything for that in here. But there was this ad, and you can look it up. It's online. I'm looking for a starter for my Gogomobile. I think it's starter, something like that, starter motor or something. And yes, it's Yellow Pages looking up businesses. So he's looking for a mechanic. And nobody knows his car because it's a Gogomobile. And he's like, G-O-G-G-O. And, anyway, we're in class. And there was, one of the students was missing. Classic. By the way, Holden Racing Team sticker there. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm 99% sure, it was George was missing. Or something, and the teacher was like, yes, it was, because you know how the name George it kind of can catch you off guard because it's G. Now I've got to say it. George. Is that right? Yeah. So we were there, and the teacher, I think, was trying to write George on the whiteboard, or blackboard, it would have been back there, actually. And it was like, how do you spell George? And the entire class was like, Georg. Like, we all did it with the accent. Or did we all just go G-O? And yeah, so it was like... It was hilarious. Like, you know, there was a few moments like that where, you know, everyone knew the ad. Today it would be a bit different. And I'm not trying to, like, have a go or anything, because I know people will, like, think you're having a go. I'm just saying it, is that because with the internet, especially with myself, someone the other day was like, oh, you know that ad for that thing, I've been seeing it for months. And I'm like, no. Because I don't see ads. So... Bless me. But yeah, another Simpsons logo. Simpsons picture, sorry. God, you forget the little changes to how they were designed. Matt Green and... there's a bunch of things here. T-O-C... Ugh, blinding myself. T-O-C-H. Serving the community since 1925. Super. Thank you for supporting childhood cancer. Petit Diable. Attack plaque. Yeah, there's a few stickers here. Little cheeky cat at the back there, and bird, and some... I was trying to read what was in her hat. It's kind of hard to see. But I think it says Petit Diable, something like that. I shouldn't probably put on an accent, but... Trottit Diable? Diable? I'm assuming it's the name of the person, the author, if you will. Just give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to leave that there for a sec. Oh. There's some personal stuff on the next page I'm going to have to cover up. What does it say? What does it say? At MMM Radio, we changed the axis of the M to make them safe. Our assessment of the awful and safe bland music programming. Okay. Post is pending. Alrighty. I was hoping to see some people come in, but anyway, attack plaque. Now the next page, as I said, I'm pretty sure it's got some personal information. Ring. Okay. So we've got a sticker with Splinter. It should be Master Splinter, shouldn't it? And then this one is... I'm not sure who the signature is. Is it actually a signature, or is it just part of the sticker? Tony... Oh, well... I wonder who the name is. It looks like Tony or something. And then it says Tony Regan Racing. So I think we got that signed. 4 times 500 apricots is what's written behind it. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's right. This is when they had... Oh, yeah, so... There's I Love 7 News. Then SAFM. These were for the back of your car. SAFM rocks Farmers Union. It goes across the page. There's a couple that do that, where they're so long, because they're like cast back stickers. Back window stickers. Ooh, this next page. Hibby loves hygiene? Not sure what a Hibby is. That might have been a failed logo. Everything had to have a mascot at some point. People say that today they do that. It's like, yeah. Oh, Commonwealth Bank Dolomites. So during the early 90s, might have been the late 80s as well. They had a big thing about, like, they came to our school, and people had I found out about this later. People actually had a big problem with it. Because they were like, this is how you save money. And they introduced this program that was supposed to help kids to save money. And apparently the whole thing was, I don't know if it was, I don't want to call it a scam because Commonwealth Bank will come after me. But yeah, it wasn't what they said it was. And it made people angry. Or it started off that way and then corporate greed maybe got involved a bit more than it should have. People are going to be there, oh, they're always greedy. I didn't say they weren't greedy. I'm just saying that sometimes they do, someone has an idea that is actually like a good idea, and then the company takes it to the nth degree. So there's the thanks a billion again. I didn't mention this earlier, so it's thanks a billion Mars and Shell. Go well, go Shell. SAFM, great tunes and great rock and roll. Skin cancer can be fatal, don't be a sun bunny. Skin Cancer Research Foundation. A sun bunny? Of course, now when you say a beach bunny, it's usually a girl in a bikini. Probably was that back then as well. And there's so this Mars and SAFM stickers again. And then there's asthma, ask your doctor. That doesn't ring a bell. That the image there. More SAFM and Mars, thanks a billion. That does it for a couple of days. This is going to be a little bit peely, this one. Oh, I don't like it when it makes that noise. Oh, the next one's pretty trippy. Okay. Oh, okay, there's a page that's stuck in between. So I said before about these long stickers. Oh, here we go. Australia's Northern Territory. Does anyone remember that? Do they still use that logo at all? I'm wondering. Sleep wonderfully warm with Linda. Sorry, I should probably show that. So it's over 3 pages. Sleep wonderfully warm with Linda. And then we got Adelaide Zoo. And the Parks Community Centre. And I always wondered, did they get permission to use flounder? Or did they just use it and just got away with it? I'm hooked on the Parks Swim School. Get hooked with me. That's a question and a half. Did they get permission to use flounder? SAFM, great good times and great rock and roll. SAFM. These next few pages are just the same SAFM, and then it's Mars, thanks a billion. You score more with the co-op scorebook. SANFL scorebook co-op. There's the SANFL, and then there's a sticker down here. We care for the environment. Oh, we've gone through March already. We're picking up speed. And the next page, I can see a sticker through it. Oh, there we go. It's just Simpsons and Kentucky Fried Chicken again. Yeah, a lot of these stickers repeat. This one I posted about it. Here's that page that I'm up to with the Video Bank. Video Bank Blockbusters. I don't really know who Video Bank was from memory. It's, you know. Was that a video store? I'm assuming it was. Okay, so this April seems to be... Oh, here we go. Fit 4. Ultra filtered. So Fit 4 was a milk product we had in the early 90s. I'm assuming it was Farmers Union. But then I'm not sure. Because it's early enough that it could have been Dairy Vale. And Dairy Vale, for those who've forgotten... Did I do the front again? I showed that online. So pure fresh milk, naturally South Australia. There's Farmers Union and Dairy Vale on the same ticket. And then Sunday is the day. That's Sunday Mail. But here you go, Adelaide Rams. When we had a rugby team. And a lot of people don't know this, and there's going to be people out there that are going to say stupid shit. I've tried not to swear. I think hopefully that's the first swear. So... I remember a guy talking about this. I'd have to confirm this, but apparently the Adelaide Rams had the highest membership of any team in rugby. But they couldn't get enough sponsors to stay afloat. And there's people out there that are like, well, obviously if they had enough members, and this goes, that doesn't mean you get sponsors. It doesn't mean you translate. Okay, it's not how it works. Do not iron print stupid. I'm not sure what that is. And then Windows O'Brien. South Australian Police, Deputy Koala. Your friends. And, yeah, Windscreen O'Brien was... obviously involved with the touring cars, whatever you call it, V8s. It's just the same thing. Fast response, quality performance. So we're getting up to May. My birthday is in May, so special patient, no cavities. We saw that one earlier. Let the adventures begin. I'm going to cover up my... I guess you learned my birthday, 10th of May. Let the adventure begin. Joey, hopping into cinemas December 26th. And then I love the little Kodak. Now, a lot of people think Kodak is gone. If you... next time you're watching a movie and you wait for the credits to roll, you'll see Kodak appear. So what Kodak did... and you can look this up online, it's all there. They went into like receivership or whatever, and they sold off like a whole bunch of stuff. They sold off, a whole bunch of assets and stuff. So that basically, like, this is what people don't realize. Okay, so they filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. What that means, or Chapter whatever it was, because it's Chapter 11 and Chapter 14, whatever. So basically, what that is that. It's like if you're about to get on a plane and you buy flight insurance. You don't buy flight insurance because you're going to blow up the plane. You buy flight insurance because you're worried that the plane's going to fall out of the sky and crash. Right? That's the thing. So Chapter 11 insurance, bankruptcy insurance, you're allowed to buy it just before you declare bankruptcy or when you think you might be about to go bankrupt. I don't know what the window is. But anyway, the point is that so people will say they filed for bankruptcy, and then you go and look it up. No, they just filed for insurance. Doesn't mean they filed for Chapter 11 or whatever. And Chapter 11, well, bankruptcy, the way it works is bankruptcy is actually designed to help businesses to not become defunct. Right? So multiple bankruptcy is can be seen as problematic as a person. But the way that it works, so if they go, I think they went into receivership or something like that, and they sold off a whole bunch of stuff. Now they still, and this is the thing, they still work to this very day, but basically just with movies. And they help with, and it's not just about having film, it's like a whole thing. It's they work, I think it's special lenses and stuff like that. So Kodak totally still exists. I don't know if they still make, for like the what do you call it? They still make film for cameras, but if you go to a camera shop, so South Australia, we're talking about South Australia. If you go into there's one at Marion. There's a few photo places around the place, or places that camera shops, Ted's cameras and stuff like that. I think Ted's cameras are still around. And if you go over and you say, "Hey, you still got film for film cameras?" and they'll go, "Yeah." And there's Fujifilm still there, and all these. There's about 5 or 6 brands still of film that you can get, and all kinds. You can still get. It's like when they had those mini Polaroid cameras. Those lasted a little while, but then people wanted, things. So Polaroids you can still get the things for. They still produce a camera. There's one company that still produces a film-based camera, and it's really expensive. It's really expensive, but it is technically like a top-of-the-line like, if they're going to do it, they're not going to make a cheap one as such. And you can still get disposable cameras. You can still go and get disposable cameras. And... school holidays start. Sorry, it seems that May is not a lot of stickers going on here. Oh, the old school Channel 10. The blue. And there's Solomon, and then in the corner, what's this one? Trees, a growing business. Wackup Forests, and then Wheat Bix. Oh, they're trying video game stuff. Wheat Bix takes you to the next level. I love it. Trees, a growing business. Rufus there. The Rufus was earlier in Uncle Toby's. I just realised, is Uncle Toby still around? See, some of these things, they get bought out by other companies, and the products still exist, but the company, the name... I mean, Farmers Union is a classic example. I mean, there's still Farmers Union iced coffee, but Farmers Union hasn't existed since the 90s. It became National Foods. When I started working for them, it was National Foods that I worked for, and then there's been a whole bunch of different people. But yeah, streets, you gotta love it. What was it? Tennis 2 Fun Day. National Tennis Fun Day. Sunday, 11th of February, 1996. And there's Mars again, thanks a billion. Many of these pages are stuck together. Oh, there we go. Oh, Tone! We still have Tone, don't we? I'm not sure. Tone, fresh skim milk sold here. We had Tone for a long time. I don't think it's... Yeah. Back when it was simple, I don't care what anyone says. I've had an argument with someone about this, and I don't want to have an argument with anybody, but don't forget, kids, slip, slop, slap. How easy is it to remember slip, slop, slap? Now it's slip, slop, slap, slap, slip, dip, dip. It's all these other things, and everyone says it's... I get that they're like, well, kids need to know all the things. It's like, oh... There's a really... I don't know if you ever heard this before. KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Yeah. It is so annoying, because slip, slop, slap was just perfect. Slip on a shirt, slop on sunscreen, slap on a hat. And now it's up to like 6, and I'm like, ugh. It's like Dr. ABC. Or it's... Yeah, it was... So if you don't know, it was ABC. CPR is as easy as ABC. Airways, breathing... circulation. Is that right? Oh, come on, I did this for years. If you don't know, it's now doctor's ABC. D. So D is for defibrillator. Defibrillator. By the way, defibrillators are what they say they are. So there's a common misconception that you put a defibrillator on someone and it jump-starts your heart. It doesn't actually jump-start your heart. It doesn't... There are defibrillators that can do that, and they've got a different name, actually, I'm pretty sure. But basically, when your heart is fibrillating, you want to defibrillate it so your heart runs normal. So in movies and TV shows, when they're flatlining, which again is a whole thing in itself, they hit you to try and start your heart back up. That's actually not what they're designed... Well, those technically are... I'm not a medical professional. However, I am somebody who did do first aid for many, many, many years. And yes, a defibrillator, as the name suggests, it does what it does. So a defibrillator is when your heartbeat is like... Or it might be... So your heart is supposed to be... Boom, 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 boom. It might be boom, boom, boom. Or boom, 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 boom. Certain things like that. Like your heart's basically an irregular rhythm. And it shocks your heart back into rhythm. It's basically like a conductor getting the instruments back on board, and it's your heart that's the instrument they're getting back on board. I'm getting way off topic, but the point is that there was ABC. CPR is as easy as ABC. Now it's doctor's ABC, which is danger, so you look for danger, then response, hey, are you okay? Then send for help, because there were people who would start doing, CPR, and no one would go for help, and then no one came, and then they'd have to give up, and the person unfortunately would perish. So send for help, and then it's airways, breathing, circulation, and then defibrillate. It still works, but it's still clunky as well. So, because it was Dr. ABC, which was just danger response, but not the send for help. But now it's Doctor's ABCD. So when I was in school, again, as I said, we learnt this lingo. It was a CPR as easy as ABC. So that was how we learnt it. Now they don't even have that jingle anymore because it doesn't make sense. It's too many letters. Don't get burnt. Slip, slop, slap. So for me, I feel they need to get back to just the slip, slop, slap. And then have signs that have extra details. It's like when you go to the beach. It doesn't say on there, look out for jellyfish, crabs, sea urchins, blah, 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 blah. They just have, look out for sharks. If you want to learn about the 50 other things that can kill you in the water, go ahead, but yeah, you don't start with a sign that says, here's the 500 species of killer things in this water. I know I sound opinionated and you can have a go at me for being opinionated, but I think most people agree when you actually sit down, KISS is the way to go. Keep it simple, stupid. Anyway, ABC logo. Sucks that there isn't copyrights on some of these stickers. I'd love to know when that's from. I know there's a couple of stickers in here that were 2000, so I think my mum might have put some in there. Oh, here we go, ANZ. If you didn't know that was ANZ, would you? If you were a foreigner, would you know that's ANZ? Because I must admit, even when I know that it's ANZ, that's an N. It's worth the change to ANZ. Or ANZ, I guess. Recycling, clean away. The right way. And smile. I know that's a brand thing. I know that's something. I recognise it. Oh, here we go. We got the Hamburglar in the corner. We got Radio Rentals, Peace of Mind. 5AD. Was it Hits and Memories? Easy Listening, 5AD. Good old Ronald McDonald. I posted this one, SAFM. And then Levi. It seems weird that it says Stereo 107, but that actually did mean something because there were stations that weren't stereo. So here we go. Here's Levi, Australian Northern Territory. And Crow's Milk again. Choc caramel flavoured milk. There we go. Did it have that written on the last one? And I was just too stupid to notice. Oh no, a sticker fell out. Give me 2 seconds. I did say choc caramel flavoured milk and I didn't notice. I was trying to remember what it was and it was literally right there. So, yep, I feel like a dunce. I feel like a dunce. Principles Award. I don't like just putting it on a random page, but I can't remember where it was. Anyway. Clark's shoes. I remember this. So Clark's had this little mascot character. Clark's and Harrison, Caesar Augustus, Neptune, god of the sea, Emperor Nero, Mark Antony. So some of these are mythical, and some of these are real people. Which is interesting. Oh, pardon me. Important. Please ensure that the transit brackets are removed as shown in the installation instructions before the machine is operated. I don't know what that's from. Just some random sticker or something. And there's the Kentucky Fried Chicken. Was it Sam the Fox? Oh, here we go. Taste the classics. I remember this. Very, very chocolatey. Very, very strawberry. Very, very coffee. So they had the chocolate was melting like chocolate. The strawberry was turning into a strawberry, and the coffee was becoming a fancy coffee glass, I guess. Or like when you had a milkshake glass, I suppose. I don't know. Anyway. Back when it was just 3. Classic coffee. And, Pure Milk 36s. SA Ambulance Service. Look after the state you're in. Adelaide Rams. 5AD again. 5AD FM. Oh, what's the little one there? Oh, that's just the SA Ambulances. It's such a mixed bag in this. Oh, oops. I'm peeling a sticker off. The Salvation Army. We support the Salvos. Peel this sticker off this sheet and affix prominently on your front door or gate. Yep. I'll do that. This book is a front door. Or is it a gate? A gateway into the past. Into memories. Because there's so many pages that have nothing on them, we are accelerating. Oh. I want to show this so bad. So, a little bit of doxing of myself, I guess. We had a tawny port that we made for our company. So if you ever remember seeing that logo on the side of trucks, Applebee Milk. And so it was 1998, Applebee Milk tawny port. So we had bottles of port. And then we'd give them out, bottled by Leasingham. And They were mostly for Christmas presents. We've still got like a bottle somewhere. But yes, we had that logo on the side of our truck, the Applebee milk. Philips VHS sticker. That was what you put down the back of it and wrote down what you wanted it to be. What did you record it on your VCR? Your illegal recordings? It was a whole thing, by the way. I'm joking about it being illegal, but it wasn't. The way Hollywood treated it. And there's, again, the letters and stuff. Oh, the Jetsons. We only watched this movie recently, the Jetsons movie, for every fortnight I have a bad movie night. And we watch movies, bad movies, obviously. And we watched the Jetsons movie, and it was just a movie for nobody. It wasn't that it was terrible. It was just, it didn't have. As we were watching it, we're like, is this for people who love the Jetsons? Because if they love the Jetsons, they're not going to get into this. Sorry, not love the Jetsons. Grew up with the Jetsons. Sorry. And then we said for people who are new to the Jetsons, they're not going to be into this because the story is just so terrible. Judy Jetson. It couldn't figure out what it wanted to be. You know how the Simpsons movie, it kind of pretends like this is. I'm going to say pretends. It introduces you to all the characters, so you're supposed to sort of like, oh, how did we become? You know, how did this start? How did this, continue? Whatever. But yeah, it treats it like the TV show didn't exist, and you're meeting them for the first time. But at the same time, it has a good story for everybody, So there's, what is it, Spacely Sprockets, and there's the, as I said, it was from the movie, so there's the movie characters. Teeth don't grow on trees. And it's, I thought it was broccoli. It's not. Chomp! Rad. Everything was rad. Radical. It's a monster chew. Term 2 ends holidays. Hop to it. And then play it safe with a redhead. Have you stored your matches safely today? Good old redhead matches. And then Dick Smith had dickhead matches. And he became a bit of a dickhead. Linear Park Estate. Not sure what that is. And then there's the characters from the movie again. Tooth Fairy Award. So is that awarding you because you lost a tooth? Win Whale Information Network. Where are the whales? Phone 0055312223. That number, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's a 9-digit number, but it's written weirdly. Call charges at 70 cents a minute. Higher rate applies from mobile and public phones. Where are the whales? Channel 9. Win. And then this one over here is Rocky's Pizza and Pasta Friendly Home Delivery Service. Transit Plaza, Alice Springs, Northern Territory. Patterson Street, Tennant Creek, Northern Territory. Licensed restaurant. So that's not South Australia, but I have family in Northern Territory. And I know we went there a couple times. These are from, again, from VHS tape. Alright, we're getting on. We're in September, so we're past today's date. Term 3 starts. So you better get ready. School's starting again. So here's an interesting one. So there's a whole bunch of stuff there. But anyway, this one here is sacking hospital staff is sickening. That was a sticker for the back of your car. And then Mount Gambier, South Australia, City of the Blue Lake. Oh, remember when the AFL logo was that? How's that for a throwback? Oh, shit. Doxing people because I wasn't paying attention. I was so excited about that. Fit 4 again. That would have been when Fit 4 was announced. And my mum and dad went. 20th Century Fox, only 1995. So that would have been a movie that was a 20th Century Fox movie, and that was the pricing on it. Anyway, I think my mum's name came up for a moment. Southern Fisheries, Leafy Sea Dragon. Cool little fella. And then Australian Defence Force again. Oh, here we go. Here's the Navy. We had some of the other ones. Royal Australian Navy. And then there's Grimace. 36ers Pure Milk, 36ers. So I had a friend of mine, he took these stickers. I had 100 of these stickers, and I was supposed to give them out, and I did give some out. But they weren't really, I was too busy working to give shit out. So anyway, I gave them to my mate, and he had those little bar fridges, and he literally covered it completely in those stickers. It was hilarious. Not just a job, Defence Force careers. I wonder if that phone number is the same phone number today. Never cross the road behind a bus. Bolle for your own protection. It is Bolle, right? No, it's pronounced bowl. Oh. ABC logo again. Same colour, so it's not any different. There's another... Oh, Grimace and those little... They're meant to be... I think they're meant to be fries, aren't they? Or something. I don't know. Oh, man. Keep dry. Good advice. Oh. Army Cadet Corps. 49 RCU. Doesn't seem long enough to be a phone number, but it is. Here we go. I learnt to dive at Adelaide Skin Diving Centre. Oh, sorry. And then the top is Rosemary Called Me? I think. I don't know what that is. I do not know what that is. Jim Richards and Richard Rydell, winner of the 1998 AMP Bathurst 1000. And then we've got 99% sure that's Jurassic Park. I mean, it's the actress from Jurassic Park, but it doesn't mean that the sticker is associated with. But I'm 99% sure that another sticker is going to come up that's Jurassic Park as well. So there's Solomon's again, and the Melbourne Cup was happening. So this is a funny one. So here we go. We've got a whole bunch of stickers from Jurassic Park, from Lion King. Oops, is that upside down? It is upside down. Simba. Oop, hold on. Alright, so we got every week is Heart Week. Heart Foundation. Mehmet Durovic. I'm butchering that. Coca-Cola and Coke are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company. The Coca-Cola Socceroos are proudly sponsored by... I was looking for a date. There was no date. But yeah, Coca-Cola Socceroos. So I'm assuming they didn't do my thing, but that's okay. That's okay. Oh well. Well, we were confused by the Godzilla image. Well... Oh, here we go. Pura Skim. Please make selection before opening the door. So this would have been on the fridge door. So there's I'm a Balfour's Kid. And then Pura Skim. Which I think was a 1%. We had a 1%, then didn't have a 1%. And then we had to have a 1%. Like, now you have to have a 1%. So if you've ever wondered about Skimmer. Skimmer is I think it's a 2%, which shouldn't exist. So how it works with milk is full cream milk is like 3%. It's not even 3%, but let's just say it's 3%. Yeah, that's how much you're playing with. 3% versus 1%. So light start is 1%, or your light milk is 1%. And then you have a no fat. Alright, so no fat is generally they put additives into it. Not always, but generally they put additives to give it some flavour, to give it some body. And because there's no cream, that's why it doesn't froth very well. So we had 3. So we had... This is the thing. We didn't have a no fat, right? So now we've got no fat. So now there's 4. There's no fat. There's light start, which is your 1%. So when you go to... I think it's like, even if you just go into Sydney, but if you go to America, I think, or so... I think it's also in Europe. A lot of places like that, they'll actually have their fridge split into no fat, skim, and then full cream, right? So they won't be on the same shelves. And I've only seen photos of that, okay? Years ago, back in the early 2000s when I worked in the factory. I worked out at Salisbury factory. And then I worked at Mile End Depot. And we would get like images, or people would tell us about when they went on holiday. So I don't know from first hand. So if you've been overseas and it's not like that, I don't care. I'm so sorry to be rude, but I do not care about your experience. And you're probably going to say, well, I don't care about your experience. And I'm like, you know what? At least I'm willing to admit that I don't know. And that it's secondhand information. And I've also seen pictures, and I don't know what country they were from, because someone did a tour of all of Europe. And they said that they went to Italy, and they went to, they went to Italy, Rome in Italy, and they went to, I was going to say Italy and then Rome, like they were 2 different countries. But Rome, of course, is in Italy. They went to Rome, and then they went to Paris, and then they went to London. And I'm just saying that in certain places, and maybe it's certain stores, and I don't give a flying sideways sandwich, there are places in the world, at least in the early 2000s, I don't know about in 2025, where the milk is split and they have to have a full no fat, have to have a 1%, and have to have a full cream. And full cream is generally about 2 to 3%. That's all it is. And then light start is 1%. And you can tell me that it's 50%. You can tell me it's 15%. You can tell me whatever lies you want to believe. They're lies. Or misinformation. Lies is when you're intentionally deceptive. Misinformation is when you've been told something, you believe it, but someone told you a lie. Or they didn't know themselves. But yes, full cream milk is definitely the worst of them. In the sense of like having the fat content. But now that we know more about sugar, yeah, it's a whole thing. Let's not get into that stuff because it causes arguments. All you need to know is that Skimmer has a little bit more cream than Light Start, right? And so Skimmer is an anomalous product. Now, technically, you shouldn't be using Skimmer if you are promoting it as being skim milk, because skim milk means 1%. Okay, and you can tell me that I'm full of pull. I worked at the friggin' factory. When we went national, part of going as national foods, Interstate had a problem with skimmer. A lot of places didn't stock skimmer to begin with, but a lot of delis and cafes loved having skimmer. But there was a little bit of controversy. And how do I know this happened? Because I worked for them. And so there were shops that got in trouble because they went and looked and then they said, hold on a minute, this isn't 1%. You can't call it skim milk. So what they would do is they would put on the menu skimmer milk because it had skimmer in it. Now you can say that's deceptive, and by definition it is deceptive, but you were getting what you paid for. So they would have skim milk and skimmer milk. And some people thought it was skimmier milk, like as in like it's skimmer than light thing. But if people asked, they would say, no, Light Start is the skim milk. This is the skim. And then this one has a little bit more in it. And do you want to know why they wanted it? And you might have figured it out already. Skim milk has higher fat content, so it froths better. Now we had a cafe milk that was like a frothy milk. And that had some sort of like process that it went through. So there was cafe milk, and that came in bags and stuff like that. So I'm sorry to get into a whole history here, but yeah, we kept having a no-fat milk, and then no one would buy it. So we got rid of it, and then we'd go back to having it. And part of the reason that we didn't have a no-fat milk, why it took so long to lock in to having a no-fat milk, was because most people were drinking skimmer with their milk. It's less fat than full cream. It's not quite Light Start, and a lot of people don't like Light Start. I drink Light Start all the time, by the way. And skimmer was this anomalous in between because it had just a little bit more fat. It was a little bit healthier, but it frothed up properly. And so if you've ever wondered why skimmer exists and why it's popular, super popular, I don't know about now, but it was before. And it was also why if you went into state, often if you go into state, you can't find skimmer. Because skimmer can't be put into the sections. Coming back to what I said before about separated sections. So things like Heart Smart and stuff like that, sometimes they put the skimmer in with that stuff because it's like extra. There was a milk called Boost that was in a green. So skimmer is green, but that's a dark green. Then there was Boost that was a light green. But yeah, sorry, a little bit of history here with milk. So Farmers Union, or National Foods, or whatever it is now, it's not National Foods, but with Pura, skimmer is not. So if you're counting calories or whatever, you will, and they say skim milk, that's Light Start. Skimmer is in between and doesn't fit most of your dietary. So you'd have to look it up and then find out if you're a calorie counter. So yeah. Okay, please be careful with power lights and long discussions about milk. But yeah, just a bit of history for you. And as I said, they wouldn't classify or whatever it was, so it couldn't be sold interstate because you have to go through a process. But yeah, so there's Sharon Stone again as Catwoman, and then there's Batman. And you think Batman would be 1. Maybe Batman is 1, and then that's Wayne, so Bruce Wayne, so that's 11. Well, yeah, number 11, Bruce Wayne. Today's best worker, Principal Special Award. So my sister had disability, so a lot of these stickers I know are for her. But yes. So we're in December. Enjoy at least 5 breads and cereals, 5 serves a day. Foundation SA. That's really, I don't know how well that's. Oh, it comes up actually quite well on the screen. It's very faded looking, but Oh, here we go, another one. A different Kentucky Fried Chicken. I know there were 4 stickers. Because there was always 4 stickers. So that's the 3rd one. I'm pretty sure it was Sam the Fox. I don't know the bird. here's Radio Rentals again. And then 5AD, Easy Listening. And then there's Alvin, Uncle Toby's Monster Mania. So that was for your school book. And then there's the fishing one again. Christmas Holiday Star. Well, here we go. Mutual Community. With the apples. And then in the corner there, it is Today Tonight. Today Tonight Tells Why. Channel 7 logo. And, oh yeah, this is a lot of that stuff before. Bolle, Arthur. Classic. This one's faded a lot. Australian touring car. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe that's just that. No, that is actually just how it is designed, I think. Australian Touring Car Championships 1989. Look at that. ANZ. Great helper. Piccadilly Natural Springs. And then another I am me, I am okay. And then Multi-Spares South Australia. South Terrace Wingfield 5023 99 South Terrace. Hino Parts 3470611. So again, back with the old phone number. So you know that phone number's from the early 90s or late 80s. And then Ian McAdam. Uncle Toby's Sammy Koala? Something like that. Anyway. Ian McAdam. What's that say? Today's best worker. Did I drop another sticker again? I'm not sure. Map of the world. There we go. That was a trip. Just wondering, if you're just wondering, so there used to be, well, it technically still exists, theoretically, Sapper Paintball. South Australian Paintball, that was their thing. I had this commissioned by Ernesto Sin, who was a artist. I still work with him when I can, when I have money to work with him and a project to work on. I did my comic book through him. One issue. Anyway, enough about me. Y'all have a good day. And, or good night at this stage. And a couple people came in, but yeah, have a good one. See ya.